Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and I'm back today with a layout for a Scraplift Crafternoon, and today we are scraplifting Zelly, and you saw her layout at the top of the video, and I just loved the layout. I thought I was going to do a black background like she did because I think it looks amazing, but I went a whole different direction than I originally had planned. But her layout is beautiful, and so I pulled in my Vicky Bouton Discover and Create collection, as well as some basic gray chipboard. I think it's called Archaic. And then I did pull in a Thickers Daily Reminders, but I didn't use any of the thickers. And so I started with this background paper from the Vicky Bouton, and I really liked its kind of neutral colors, and I think it went with the basic gray chipboard really well. This chipboard I got like at a thrift store or something, and so I believe it's called Archaic, but the packaging was already kind of cut up when I purchased it, and so it has these amazing little dinosaurs in there, and that was kind of my main focus, was to use those dinosaurs. I had them in my in my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, and so I just pulled those out, and like I said, I found this paper from the Discover and Create collection that I thought would work perfectly with it. And I pulled in this other tan photo. When I started pulling in all of the things together, I thought the photos didn't really separate very much from that background. And I pulled in that other kind of light bluish color paper from the Discover and Create collection as well. And so I'm just going to double matte my photos. And these are photos. We went to the Natural History Museum in New York, and this is the Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton. And I can't wait. We're going to go to the Smithsonian one in a couple months, and I just love the dinosaur fossils and bones and stuff. So we really enjoyed this part of the museum. And so it's a picture of my husband and I with the T-Rex behind us, and then a picture of the T-Rex horizontal and vertical. And so with her layout, I was like, oh, it's perfect. And I just loved her layout. It was a science-based layout, and as a scientist, I was like, oh, everything about this layout is perfection. And so make sure you do go to the description box below and you click on her social media accounts, give her some love, subscribe, all the things. She does amazing things. I love everything that she does. And so make sure that you go and check her out, as well as all of my ladies that are part of the Scraplift Crafternoon. All of their social media accounts are listed below, so make sure you go and give them some love and see how they interpreted her layout. I'm hoping someone does a black background. I need to do a black background more often. I think it looks so rich when there's a black background, and so I didn't do it today, but it's in my list, in the list in the mind of something to do. So she even inspired a future layout for me. And so I decided, since this was kind of like a nature-y layout, if you will, and because she had like a piece ripped out of her layout, I distressed the tan part of the photo mat. I didn't distress the blue, the second photo mat. I just distressed the tan, and then I ripped my little piece out here, and I'm putting some of that blue paper behind it, and I distressed the whole 12 by 12 paper that it's on, as well as that little piece that I ripped out, just to give it that kind of rugged, naturey look to it. And you saw in the beginning, I had pulled in my Tupperware container that I had all these like leaves that I've die cut and I just didn't use. So they're kind of in there, and I forgot all about it and set it to the side. And so I didn't use those leaves, but you will see that in the Discover and Create, they had some leaves that I'll end up using. But I went to my Cricut and I found these T-Rex tracks, and so I wanted to use those, and instead of cutting out a bunch of the little are they paws if it's a dinosaur, feet, I don't know, but instead of cutting those out, I just used it like a stencil, and I pulled in some Distress Oxide in brushed corduroy and just created some dinosaur tracks in a diagonal. And I covered up some of them. I originally wanted to use the palm tree on this layout, and you'll see I kind of mess with it. I don't think I cut it out, but I had put the dinosaur tracks here, and then the palm tree either covered it, or it looked kind of strange to have the dinosaur tracks above the palm tree. So I won't actually use that. You can see it kind of laying there to the side. And the little dinosaur that I end up using, that's part of the basic gray chipboard, I needed him to be he's facing to the right, and so his tail is kind of long, and so I had shifted my little photo clusters to the left so I could get him in there. And I kind of wrestled with it because I'm like, is it strange that the dinosaur is facing off of my layout? I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if it really bothers me, but he is so cute that I had to use him, and I couldn't put him on the left side so that he's facing into the layout, because then it covered the dinosaur in the picture. And so it just worked so perfectly for his tail to kind of go underneath the photo. But I can tell you, I cut it out. I won't watch you guys. I moved that dinosaur around so much because I really wanted to use him. I tried him up there and above the photos on the left side so that he was still facing in. Again, I don't think it bothers me so much that I didn't want to use him, because I thought he was adorable. And I will put a little like a tag thing on him to maybe help it like he's holding it. But here's where I'm trying to use the palm tree, and I'm like, nope, doesn't look like I'm going to use the palm tree with this one. But yeah, I was like, okay, if I put this here, maybe it's kind of less distracting that the dinosaur is looking off the layout. I'm not sure, guys. I don't know if that bothers you. Anyone have comments for that? Like, I had to use him so he's there, but then is it strange that he's looking off the page? I don't know. But I try not to overthink everything, and I'm just like, you know what, he's cute, he's there. So you can see I pulled in these leaves from the Discover and Create stuff from Vicky Booten, and I liked these ones because they're kind of like a brownish leaves, and so I felt like it kind of went with the whole vibe of the layout. And the ones on the top left are actually in like a pot, like a planter, but I just shoved that underneath the photo so you can't even really tell, and then it just has the leaves kind of coming out. And then I'm just pulling in, like I usually do, just start pulling stuff out of the collection and putting it in there. It's one of them that started with this was a blue sticker that said like digging on you or something, and I thought it would be perfect on here, but it was dark blue, and so I don't end up using that. But I did pull in the little tab up there that says nature and discovering, and I just stress all of the pieces. Not everything is not like heavily distressed. Every little thing isn't distressed, but the things that are kind of round, I will distress the tab there, and then like this little frame part that came off that tag that says details that's up there on the right. Since I had to cut the details off, I just figured I would put it as like a frame behind the top layer, and then I distressed that as well. But I really like how this turned out, and make sure that you check out all the information below. Like I said, give everyone some love and subscribe. Thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it so much. And always coming back and tuning into my videos and leaving comments and everything. I just enjoy it so much. So thank you to everyone that does do that. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit those buttons below. I'd love to have you. And here I'm just finishing up. I wanted my leaves to kind of have a little bit of dimension so that they weren't so flat. So I used my stylus and the piece of foam underneath and just went over them so that they kind of have just a little bit of texture to them. And you can see that this basic gray chipboard, I don't know how old it is, but it actually sticks pretty well. I used my little pieces there, the magnet pieces, to kind of stick on top just to help hold the chipboard pieces down, but that's actually really good sticky on the back of that chipboard, which is saying something, because I feel like lately the sticky on back of chipboard is not so great. So I find that interesting that this old collection had better chipboard than the new collection, or sticky on the back of the chipboard than the new collection. But, and you can see I put some bones down at the bottom there, and then I'll put a little bone by this discovering. And I was trying to see if I wanted to put something to cover up that, like, you could kind of see that there was a pot there. And so I thought about covering something there, but no, I didn't do that. And I just kind of left this part in so you can see that I'm crazy. And I move things around 1,000 times before I pick where it is. And so if you ever say to yourself, like, my videos are choppy, it's probably been a layout that I moved things around 100 times and I didn't feel like you wanted to sit there and watch me do that. So I'll try to edit the videos so that at least you can see the layout. But just know that YouTube is not real, and I probably spent an hour rearranging my layout and trying to decide where something goes, which is why it always takes me so long. I can never pound out like a bunch of layouts a week, because I just take so long and I'm so like obsessive and crazy, if you will. But anyways, I got all those kind of there, and the last thing I'm going to do is pull in these pieces of washi, and I just ripped a few, and I'm going to put them around. I even put them in the little ripped section of the layout up on the top left there. But I just thought it was just something else to add some layer and dimension to the layout. But yeah, that is the layout, guys. So like I said, comment and tell me if that dinosaur looking off the page bothers you also. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks. Bye.